And we're back again. It's episode 10. We're back again. It's episode 10.
Episode 10.
Hell yeah, dude. Oops, all Darwin Awards.
Indeed.
Hell yeah, dude. We're both doing Darwin Awards this week.
Yeah.
We just picked out our favorites. We're probably going to make this a reoccurring subject for the podcast about every 10 episodes.
Do some Darwin Awards.
We'll bring some Darwin Awards, and because there's just so many. It's such a deep well to pull from. You could do a whole podcast on just Darwin Awards.
It's so I go first this time, right?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you if you minded if I went first this time.
You go ahead.
Since it's getting kind of late.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Daddy's got to work tomorrow, so.
All right.
I mean, you can edit it the other way if you like.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. Okay. Episode 10.
Oh, I know we're pressed for time just a little bit.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties, and it put us a little bit behind schedule, but that's okay. We're dudes, and we wing it.
Right.
Invest in Microsoft.
Honestly, both of them
Update.
Microsoft and Apple both fucking blow. It doesn't matter what kind of fucking computer you get.
I invested in Microsoft.
Did you?
Against my will.
Yeah.
Just like all their updates.
Goddamn. Is there like a technological assault, you know? You got sexual assault and physical assault. Is there like a technology assault?
Microsoft assault.
Yeah. Well, I mean, being Microsoft is just an assault on its own, I guess. All right, so we're gonna roll through my little collection of Darwin Awards. I brought 5 plus an honorable mention. I think everybody will get a kick out of. So we're gonna roll right on. Most of these are from 2006. I just kind of picked the year that I graduated high school, and then I picked a couple of other random ones. There's actually an option on the Darwin Awards website to you click it and it just takes you to a random Darwin Award, which is pretty cool.
There's a whole website on it.
Mm-hmm. And it's all documented. They've been keeping Darwin Awards since, what was it, like the 80s, something like that?
Yeah. Oh, since the early 2000s.
No, there's some that go back to the 90s.
Yeah, there's some in the late 90s.
Like 97,
Sounds
96,
like
97.
Sounds like those videos, Many Faces of Death, or whatever. Did you guys ever watch
Yeah.
those? People got killed in just completely avoidable accidents.
Well, it's like 1,000 Ways to Die.
Yeah, that's a good show. I forgot about that show.
Yeah, it was a good show. The all of it was, the narration was good.
A gal getting Botox that paralyzed her, and she sank to the bottom of her hot tub.
What a terrible fucking. But I mean, a lot of that I'm sure is pulled off of Darwin Awards.
Probably. Yeah.
So, all right, Rolling Stones is the first one. Is the little nickname tagline they gave it. In 2006, this one has been confirmed true. All of these are confirmed true by the Darwin people. A gentleman in Vietnam on the 20th of March in 2006. So, Rolling Stone is not all that gathers no moss. 3 men in Vietnam, they were scavenging for scrap metal, and they found an unexploded 500-pound bomb. This is no little bomb.
What?
This is no little bomb. It's 500 pounds.
Damn, dude.
I mean, this is like I don't know what it is. This is 500 pounds. I don't know, half your car, maybe. I don't know.
A 500-pound bomb.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
A bomb that's 500 pounds. Just undetonated ordnance in Vietnam, pretty much. It's shit's everywhere. So they found this perched at the top of a hill near Hanoi, right? They decided in order to get it back to the house, they fucking rolled it down the hill. And well,
somebody was standing on top of it and running on it with their feet.
Barrel roll.
The barrel roll, yeah.
Yeah. The blast was a 4-meter crater.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so all 3 men,
including the barrel roller.
Yeah, all 3 of them were they were meeting their maker.
Damn.
So, by the way, trigger warning, all of these people die.
Yeah.
So, just a heads up, they get unalived. The dumbest shit. Unalive. They die. People die. That's what they do. They don't unalive.
Their life subscription was canceled.
Yeah. This next one is
Your
kind of
7-day trial is up.
This next one is kind of similar. This happened also in 2006, but in Brazil. This was in August of 2006. This guy tried to disassemble a rocket-propelled grenade, also known as an RPG, by driving back and forth over it with his car. He was trying to get it apart. Once he found that technique ineffective, he started hitting it with a sledgehammer. And on the second swing, it worked, except not the way he wanted it to.
Completely disassembled it, though.
It says the explosion was proved fatal to one man, 6 cars, and the repair shop where the efforts took place.
Those poor cars.
14 more RPGs were found in a car parked nearby. They believe he was trying to
Was he trying to go for all 14?
He was trying to scrap it. He was trying to take it apart and scrap it. I guess he didn't know what the fuck it was. But
Did you know you could like sell those to mercenaries and stuff?
Yeah,
like,
dude.
That's proper recycling.
Yeah.
They sell them to the Serbians or something.
Whomever, you know.
Yeah, no shit.
Sell them the car too that are in, you know.
This next...
It's the hardest car I ever sold.
the most
This car's the
expensive car
bomb.
I
You're
ever
gonna
sold.
love it, dude.
Yeah, there's 14.
That's crazy.
This next one came from 2007. This came from Cambodia, so you already know it's going to be something fucked up.
I put the cam in Cambodia.
Unwanted amorous advances on a heifer resulted in a man's death at the hooves of the violated bovine. Okay.
The hooves.
Sounds of a scuffle culminated in the discovery of his naked body lying beneath the frightened family cow. Injuries to the head and genitals were consistent with being kicked to death.
Those mommy milkers right there.
The man's divorce had become final 10 days prior, and in the divorce, the ex-wife cited his insatiable desire as the cause of the dissolution.
So what now?
Basically, the dude tried to fuck the cow, and the cow killed him. Fucking kicked him, and then pretty much trampled him and kicked him to death.
That sounds like my last relationship.
Fuck.
I'm just kidding.
It's brutal.
I was the cow.
Damn, that got dark. That got hella dark.
I have mommy milkers. I can't help it.
Oh shit. All right. This one is called Modern Armor. This one's probably my favorite one that I brought tonight, so that's why I kind of threw it in the middle here. In August of 2006 in England, this woman came home to her boyfriend, who is 33, Darren, and he's in the hallway of his house, slumped over, bleeding from stab wounds to his chest. Now, initially, they assumed that somebody broke in and fucking stabbed him, but it didn't look like
I already know where this
there
is
was
going.
any robbery or theft or anything. So
there was a theft.
yeah.
Theft of brain power.
So it was his wife, not his girlfriend. His girlfriend had left earlier.
But she's innocent.
She cleared up the matter with police and revealed why he will always be a Darwin Award winner. As she was leaving for her holiday, she remembered that Darren wondered aloud whether his new jacket was, quote, stab proof.
Not even Batman's armor was stab proof.
Once he got alone and bored, he decided to fuck around and find out and see if his jacket was knife proof. So instead of like putting it on a chair or a coat rack and trying to stab it,
the local bovine.
Yeah, this dumb motherfucker puts the jacket on himself and is trying to like see if his shit will work. See if his jacket.
Didn't even try the arm first, you know.
Yeah,
or the
dude,
gut,
no, just straight stabbed himself
right for the heart.
Dude, fucking prison shivved himself straight up. Now, after I got through 2006, I went to 2001 because I was like, the dark asshole in me was like, I wonder if 9/11 made the Darwin Awards. It did not, by the way, just letting you guys know. This one happened in Tennessee. There was a guy who was trying to get to the post office to file his taxes. This was on fucking tax day in 2001.
A lot of people die on tax day.
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah, a lot of people do die on tax day.
Yeah.
So he's running to the post office to get to his fucking taxes. You couldn't file online back then because that shit didn't exist. And then he was like, oh, I can beat this train. Because he come across some train tracks. He tries to beat this fucking train. Well, somebody on the other side of the train tracks had the same fucking idea.
All aboard the tax train, baby.
So both of these dumbasses crossed the train tracks, and hit each other head on. And the best part is that they did it on like the side of the tracks when they hit each other, so the train didn't even hit them. So the dude died from the car crash.
Both of them?
And the train didn't even. One of them.
Yeah.
Usually the one going slower is the guy that dies.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted that refund more than he did. File your taxes, folks, and be quick about it because it may save your life.
I mean, this episode will be coming out
On tax day.
No, I mean we might even have we'll have another episode before tax day.
Tax season, at least.
Yeah, it's still tax season. Yeah, for sure. All right, I've got
This video sponsored by TurboTax.
I've got one last one and then an honorable mention.
All right.
So this last one here, this happened in '98 in Canada. This was confirmed, and I'm sure you guys have heard this one. But Kevin, a 19-year-old Quebec student at Bishop's University, was a little bit drunk one night and was trying to get a fucking Coke out of the Coke machine. And you guessed it,
Got his arm stuck?
it fell on him,
Oh, shit.
and then he asphyxiated.
All I wanted was a Coke.
Yeah, not even a Pepsi.
Not even.
So it crushed him to death.
Yeah, well, he asphyxiated,
Yeah.
so I guess it crushed his chest or something. Yeah,
Soda's bad for you, folks.
yeah. That one was on Urban Legends and some other shit. You know, that one's been mentioned before. I've heard urban legends about that since I was growing up, but it is confirmed that has happened. I mean,
Yeah.
water weighs like 8.2 pounds a gallon or something like that. It's like 8 pounds a gallon. So think about soda plus the cans all in that fucking machine,
Yeah.
and then it falls over on you.
It
Not to
seems
mention
like,
the machine itself is fucking metal.
Yeah.
it seems-
Inside guts or what's it?
No, sorry. It would seem as if the guys who were trying to dismantle the explosive devices would have helped the guy get a Coke. There'd be a lot more people today, you know.
Synergy.
Bring that car over here and run it over this Coke machine a couple times. Well, we got some Pepsis exploding and Cokes exploding, you know, but everybody's okay.
Synergy, dog. We just need to help each other.
The Darwin people would work together rather than trying
Yeah.
to do it all by themselves, you know.
Yeah. All right, and now my honorable mention. Maine, October 2006. It's a beautiful fall day. The leaves are beautifully colored. There might even be snow on the ground. Who knows? It's fucking Maine. Two brothers, they're 17 and 18 years old, and they're on their phones while driving and hit each other head on.
Texting each other.
Yeah, on the phone with each other, hit each other head on. They didn't die, but neither one of them were wearing a fucking seatbelt, so they both ended up having to go to the hospital. Both their vehicles were totaled. One was a '94 Cherokee, Jeep Cherokee, and the other was a '98 Ford pickup truck. So like, they were on the phone with each other, didn't know, I don't know, blah 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 blah, not fucking paying attention,
And
and then they both wrecked, but it happened to be each other they fucking wrecked into.
Yo, I gotta go beat this guy's ass. He just crashed on my car. Me too, man. I'll get right back to you.
Yeah, I gotta go be. How do you not know what your brother drives, though? Then again, maybe they haven't seen each other. Well, I didn't explain any of that backstory, but yeah, that was my honorable mention.
Usually it's like, where you at? What are you doing? Oh, I'm right here, right now. You know.
Yep, and that will be my last one.
I brought 5 today. It is now 9 o'clock. Henry must go home. He has to get up early in the morning because he is also a working man and not only the podcast man.
Yeah. 4 o'clock comes early, dog, and I still gotta drive an hour home like everybody else.
All right. Probably start off with the forklift one.
Forklifts.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now he's leaving too.
I want to hear this
Forklift.
one before I go.
It's a short one. It's not real long. So, this is called Fork Around and Find Out. August of 2017 in Japan of all places,
Those guys are usually pretty smart.
a logistics company called Terrarumo or Terraromano Logistics. One of the workers, of course, this is like some SIVA shit right here. One of the workers needed to change a light bulb 10 meters overhead. The forklift could only reach 2.5 meters. Clearly not close enough. Let's express this as a math problem. If a person can reach a light fixture that's 2 meters overhead and wants to replace a light bulb 10 meters overhead, how many 15 centimeter wood pallets must he stack onto the 2.5 meter forklift platform to enable this person to reach the burnt out bulb? The answer is 37. So you got to stack 37 fucking pallets and then stand on top of it in order to reach this fucking light
Well, you
bulb.
gotta give the guy credit if he figured that out.
So let there be light. This guy perched on top of this rickety ass wooden constructor that he made. Mind you, he's 40 years old. He convinced a colleague to forklift him up there to the ceiling, and then anyone experienced with a haphazard construction of pallets can identify the problem with this cunning plan.
There are gaps.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the rickety stack collapsed, and our winner died in the wreckage, ironically reaching a higher plane than he anticipated.
I bet if he would have banded 4 or 5 together and then banded those stacks to like each other, kind of overlapped his banding and made it one more kind of like solid structure, he probably would have been all right.
The whole story is just completely is not palatable at all.
But yeah, unfortunately, he died in the wreckage. So
I'm gonna go start a 12 gauge.
And he died with the light bulb in hand.
Oh yeah,
he died with the light bulb in hand.
The new one or the burnout one?
Was it the new one?
No, it was the new one still. Yeah,
he didn't even do it, man. What a waste.
Horrible. But yeah. That was called Fork Around and Find Out. There's this other one's called amphetamines and amphetamines and aerobatics. I'll later, man.
We'll see.
Hold up. Yeah, I'm right
Oh,
behind
yeah.
him.
Okay.
I pulled up real close.
Sorry, Sean. I didn't mean to cock block you right now.
Oh, no, you get it. Junior just left. You had to go home. You got to get up early in the morning. So that was the Fork Around and Find Out. Is what that was. Happened in Japan. This one happened on November 17th of 2017 in Florida. It was called Amphetamines and Aerobatics. Flying the Icon A5 low over the water is like flying a fighter jet, tweeted Roy Halladay to numerous followers on the maiden flight of his brand new amphibious sports plane. One follower tweeted, "Please be careful." 4 weeks later, the Baseball Hall of Famer was killed in a nosedive into the Gulf of Mexico. Roy's illustrious career in professional sports did not qualify him as a fighter pilot, nor the Icon A5 fighter jet. Sporty looking onto the outside inside the plane is similar to a 1912 Curtiss Model F powered by a pusher propeller and meant for a level recreational flying. The A5 has one main advantage over the 1912 Curtiss. The wings are detachable for ease of transport. The Icon A5 is classified as a light sports plane and designed to take advantage of FAA regulations that recently created the category of sports pilot. A sports pilot certification requires less rigorous training, but a sports pilot is subject to considerably more restrictions than a regular pilot. Because the Icon A5 is so compact, it packs more power. But does that mean you can go ahead and fly through the canyon at top speed like Luke Skywalker?
Why not?
No.
It's bullseye and womp rats. The Death Star trench run.
The lead engineer of the Icon A5 and the director of engineering both perished in a crash on May 8th of 2017 when the engineer attempted to maneuver at top speed down a narrow canyon. Because of that notorious tragedy, the A5 pilots are acutely aware of its limitations. Roy's Please Be Careful. Roy Halladay's fateful Friday morning began early. He towed the Icon A5 to the Florida beach and began to working on the pre-flight checklist that included attaching the wings, ingesting alcohol, and downing a bunch of drug combination commonly referred to as a speedball. A career in sports might justify a morphine prescription to quell the pain of his cumulative injuries. But if you dose morphine with liquor and sleeping pills after hitting that grand slam, the body is better off lying on the beach counting clouds rather than flying amongst them.
It's a slow ball, not a speed ball.
Yeah.
Slow pitch here.
So, checklist completed. He hopped up in there and ready for takeoff. He was soon flying high as a kite over the Gulf of Mexico, literally. With a throttle just firewalled, he began doing steep banking, climbs, and then...
Who cleared this guy for flight?
Yeah. Like sudden rivet popping dives, you know what I mean? Pulling out of the dive a mere 5 to 10 feet over the water surface. Like he was trying to do some, fighter pilot shit. And as previously established, these antics exceeded the design of the small aircraft and soon caught the attention of fishermen and recreational boaters. Some pulled out smartphones and recorded his hijinks, fearing that tricks would lead to tragedy. Considering the pre-flight cocktail of alcohol, amphetamines, and morphine, the phrases "feeling no pain" and "liquid courage" came to mind. Roy felt like a Top Gun, but his overloaded nervous system was top gunk. Some 15 minutes after takeoff, he entered his final maneuver, a steep turning climb that caused the speed of a sudden drop. One of the wings stalled, inducing an inverted spin, and the crate cratered the water at 45-degree angle upside down. So, according to the autopsy, he perished by drowning. To the depth of the lasting sadness of his family, his friends, and his fans, Roy wasn't careful.
Drowning in self-confidence.
He basically flipped upside down and drowned to death. Couldn't get out of there because he was so fucked up on drugs and shit.
Survived the crash.
But drowned to death. Yeah, couldn't swim out under. He got trapped.
It's hard to swim on morphine.
Fucked up.
It is.
That's why you don't, speedballs and go decide to fly planes. It just doesn't.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
I don't think we've tested this theory enough. A couple more plane guys to get up there and do it, and they'll reach a higher plane.
This one's called Polar Bear Swim. On January 1st, on 2000, believe it or not, there are people who dive in the ocean for a refreshing swim every New Year's Day.
Where?
They dive in the ocean for a refreshing swim every New Year's Day. Okay. It's called a polar bear swim, and it's just a crazy ritual to most of us. Anyone who's seen the film Titanic or read the book Eskimos knows that icy waters brings on rapid hypothermia and even death. But our hero, Adrian, studying for his doctorate in forestry, was not one to heed such trivial concerns. This 38-year-old man was enjoying a hockey game with friends on Kingsmere Lake when he attempted a polar bear swim between holes cut 2 meters apart on the lake. He dove in at 1:30 a.m. and failed to resurface. It is a common knowledge that if it is nearly impossible to find a small hole in the ice once you've slid beneath the surface. So basically, he got stuck in there, couldn't find his way back out.
I've seen people kicking holes in the ice trying to get people out from underneath.
Particularly when you are suffering the effects of hypothermia, low blood pressure, confusion, weakness. Frantic friends jumped in and were able to find him. They aimed car headlights at the hole to help him find his way back, but to no avail. The water was only waist deep.
Why are they shining lights in my eyes? I'm trying to find the hole,
said the man's brother. He must have gotten disoriented. Adrian's frigid body was recovered Saturday, the next day, by firefighters not far from the ice hole that tempted him to his doom. So he was close, but he couldn't find it. Died.
Need to tie a damn rope to the people who do that shit.
This one also happened January 1st of 2000 in Nevada. The other one was in Canada. This was in Nevada. This one's called Shocking Fall. A 25-year-old Todd made place for himself in history by being the first person to die celebrating the millennium.
First death of the millennium?
Yeah, minutes after the midnight, after the ball drop. This is like minutes after the ball drop for the millennium when the year 2000 came around. This Stanford graduate climbed to the top of a streetlight in front of the Paris Las Vegas hotel and waved the enthusiastic revelers below. He's up there waving at him and shit, climbed up. He's like, I'm gonna climb up to the top. Fucking, like how college idiots do. At midnight, he slipped. In an effort to break his fall, the dumbass grabbed wires that were supplying the electricity to the streetlight, and suddenly he was conducting more than just cheering crowd. Like he was fucking lit up, dude. A camera caught his foolhardily climb and his head first plunged into the concrete below. It has not yet been determined whether he died from the electrocution or from the 30-foot fall, but either way, he deserves the first Darwin Award of the new millennium.
I wonder if he hit the ground the same time as the ball.
For a footnote, he was a Stanford graduate working on Silicon Valley startup scheduled to go public in the summer. He stood to make a substantial profit with his options until they were voided by his untimely death. Clearly, a sterling academic pedigree is no indication of common sense. Before leaving to Vegas, one friend said, "Hey, people are going to be doing crazy things. Be careful." Todd replied, I won't." He's like, I won't do." He's like, "Yeah, right." Friends pondering his death said he thought he was invincible. He used to climb the Golden Gate Bridge. He would never do something stupid. What the fuck? Yeah, apparently he does a bunch of stupid shit.
He wanted to fall at the same time as the ball that year,
Yeah, like why would you want to climb? I mean, I could see you want to get up there because it's New Year's, it's the millennium, but don't climb fucking street lights.
I climbed a traffic light once.
That's crazy, dude. Like, why? Like, it's got so much power going through.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It was up there on top of it, and I'm like, holy, shit, I'm really high up,
You're like connected straight into the grid.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? It's like
there are no breakers on that bad boy.
No. This is my last one here. This one's called Dying for a Smoke. June 17th of 2003 in the United Kingdom, the National Express bus service between Aberdeen and London takes approximately 12 hours. This is one of those double-decker buses, like the little red ones you see.
Yeah.
They're like, England and stuff's famous for.
Harry Potter bus.
Yeah, Harry Potter bus. It takes approximately 12 hours with no smoking on the coach. Period.
No smoking?
No smoking on there.
In London?
This is back in 2003. No smoking on this. on this coach, and they gotta be on this bitch for 12 hours.
You got on the wrong
because she's
bus.
going this. Well, it turns out this 43-year-old woman was riding south from Glasgow, and as the miles rolled by, she became more and more desperate for a cigarette. It's a long trip for addicts, she was, saying. The coach stopped at Carlisi at last. She could satisfy her craving. But no, she was not allowed off the coach. They wouldn't let her off. They stopped, and they wouldn't let her off. She sat in her seat, becoming more agitated by the mile. She was craving a cigarette. She was mad. She was fuming. Like, I need a fucking cigarette, man. I've been there. You know what I mean?
Smoking La Fuma.
Yeah. Fellow passengers said that she became increasingly anxious as the journey continued and started shouting that she wanted off. Like, right now, I want off, right now. However, the coach was on a motorway at the time. I guess that's like interstate. It was not permitted to stop, save for emergencies. Somewhere between Shap and Penrith, passengers saw the woman push against the passenger door in the middle of the lower deck. So like the little middle door, it's like, in between. She was kept on pushing on it and pushing on it. She couldn't be trying to get off to smoke, could she? Oh, yes, she could.
I thought those double-decker buses had an open roof on top.
Well, apparently this one.
Not this one, no.
Yeah, not this one. Well, you couldn't smoke on it anyways, that's the thing. Police concluded that the coach was traveling approximately 60 miles per hour, and our involuntary non-smoker was crushed beneath its wheels. At that point, the coach did make that emergency stop, but life is not fair. Unlike a condemned man, a heroine here never did get that last cigarette. She pushed on the doors and fell out and got ran over because the door gave way, and she fucking was like, there you go. Boom, 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 boom. And there you go. Fucking ran over it at 60 miles an hour.
She's smoking all right, grinding along that asshole,
But yeah, that's what I brought today for Darwin Awards.
I didn't come prepared. I was too busy. But I do remember an old Darwin Award. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. I think I did, but I don't know if it was on record. So I'll appear under oath on record right now. But I remember reading a story about a woman who got like knockoff Botox. She got some doctor off the internet.
Oh, shit.
I don't know when this was or whatever. I think I saw it on television at one time. But yeah, the Botox apparently had some kind of venom in it or whatever. And it's supposed to, but not that much. And it paralyzed her. So she decided to get into the hot tub, before the paralysis had hit her. And it hit her in the hot tub. And she could not swim up out of the water.
And she drowned?
She drowned, right. But her face looked great, though.
Well, I bet.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
At least her face looked great.
Yeah. You look really good underwater there, sweetie.
Damn.
Poor thing.
Well, listeners, I'm going to end it right here. Make sure to tune in, not next Monday, but Monday after. It's every 2 weeks, a new episode will come out.
We got something great coming this summer.
Yeah, we're going to visit the Thomas house here, do an investigation. Yeah, it'll be in June. I don't want to give any dates out, per se, but it'll be in June. We'll be doing our first big ghost hunt of the year.
I'm excited.
It's going to be fun.
My first ever Breaking My Virgin cherry ghost hunter. Right?
Yeah, Cameron will be there. It'll be his first one.
Hell yeah. Stoked. Love this stuff.
Super haunted. Anywho.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Hey everybody, Chinry here with ads. If you or someone you know would like to run an ad with the Wicked Paranormal Team or Dead Time Stories podcast, please feel free to reach out at wickedparanormalteam@gmail.com. That's wickedparanormalteam@gmail.com.